Hey yo, did y'all see this? So the government finally revealed that extraterrestrial biological entities actually have been visiting this planet and in contact with us. And the first four that they tell us about is the Greys, the Nordics, the insectoids, as well as the reptilians. We have to dive into this.
4 different species of aliens. Another scientist called them Greys, Nordics, insectoids, and reptilians. All of them have 2 arms and 2 legs, just like us. Experts speculate the reptilians are scaly with long tails like a lizard. Insectoids look like a praying mantis. The Greys look like your classic movie alien, and the Nordics look like a regular Swedish guy, but 7 feet tall. We haven't seen the evidence, but Pete Hegseth says more evidence is coming, and there are a lot of believers in Congress.
Now, those that are intrigued with UFOlogy and study extraterrestrials know that over 80 different extraterrestrials as well as interterrestrials has been reported on this planet. These are just a few examples of some of the extraterrestrial biological entities or interdimensional beings that people have come in contact with. It's important to know that the reason that the media promoted these 4 species out of all the other 78 that have visited this planet is primarily because these are the 4 that are running things behind the scenes. We're talking about your royal families and your dark shadow government. Now, the reptilians are from the Alpha Draconis star constellation, also known as Thuban, and they're typically associated with your royal families as well as your political parties and celebrities. The Draco reptilian is involved in things like pedophilia, child trafficking, as well as the extraction of adrenochrome. Mantids are from an exoplanet called Kepler 54-2b, and they're responsible for the insertion of parasitic organisms. All right, their objective is to pretty much induce the hive mind. So they implemented life-forming parasitic bacteria on this plane of existence. This is one of the main reasons that parasites are so intelligent. Now, the Nordics are a group of humanoid extraterrestrials that are said to be planetary colonizers, and they do it under the guise of peace, love, and light, so they're very convincing. Now, some allege that they believe that they had superior genetics to everyone else, and that they utilized Hitler as an avatar in 1913 to promote their theology. And this is why Hitler was basically indicating that if you didn't have blonde hair and blue eyes, that you were deemed as inferior. In fact, most people are completely unaware that the reason that Nazi Germany was so powerful is because the Nordics were supplying them with technology. To this day, is some people that believe that the Nazi scientists were some of the most brilliant, but really that's not the case. It was the Nordics technology that was behind everything. They were also working with the Greys. This is why they had militaristic capabilities that others didn't. Greys are a group of extraterrestrial biological entities from Zeta Reticuli, and are said to be very cold and callous. They're the ones that are responsible for most of the abductions that take place on the planet due to the fact that they're trying to discover how to reproduce again. Their race lost the ability to reproduce, so most of the individuals, the abductees that are poked and prodded, they're studied for their sexual reproductive system. Abductees that encounter the Greys typically report loss of time as well as paralysis. A lot of the abductees that have been taken by the Greys report weird pieces of metal being lodged under their skin, almost like tracking devices. It's important to know that the reason that the media made these 4 species a priority is because these are the beings that have been ruling and controlling things behind the scenes this whole time. Truth is, there are several different extraterrestrials or interdimensional beings that have visited this planet, and most of us are directly connected to them by way of cosmic bloodlines. This is where the term star seeds derive. They don't want you to know that by way of epigenetic memory, we are directly connected to these beings from the stars. And this is why they utilize deceptive chemicals to hinder our connection to our DNA, to alter our genetic template. All right? The whole purpose of the COVID, the whole purpose of the inoculations with synthetic nanotechnology and graphene oxide is to keep us from connecting to our DNA or extrapolating that 12-strand genetic template. MK Ultra mind control technology was facilitated by the Greys. All of the toxic metals as well was all facilitated by the Greys. This makes it easier to mind control and hijack our neural synapses. This is why it's very important that we purge and cleanse our body of all toxic metals and microplastics. Chlorophyll is the substance responsible for giving plants its green pigment, and it contains an organic fat substance called mycelium that wraps around toxic micronutrients as well as things like lead, cadmium, mercury, barium, and aluminum to successfully pull and remove them out of our blood. Very important that we purge and detox our body before the great solar flash. I do have high quality chlorophyll available on Holistic Remedies link in bio. Parasitic organisms were all placed here by the insectoids, all right? When we talk about your Lone Star ticks, when we talk about things like dust mites, these are all organisms that you can thank the insectoids for. Parasites have the ability of hijacking your neurophysiology, and they're typically placed in a lot of the processed food. This is why it's very important that we avoid bioengineered, genetically modified organisms, and as well as fast food places like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. All of those things are detrimental currently. Parasite cleanse is highly recommended. Black walnut, sweet wormwood, clove, and garlic is going to be the best component for eliminating all types of parasites, including toxoplasmosis. Once you eliminate the parasites, you're going to notice you have a lot less cravings. Most of our cravings are attributed to parasitic organisms that send deceptive neurological signals that make you crave more sugar. People are unaware that when we consume refined sugar, within 45 minutes, it shuts our body's ability down to produce white blood cells. This makes it easier for things like hantavirus, COVID strains, and airborne pathogens to make entry through the cell. After doing the parasite cleanse, you're going to notice you have a lot less cravings for sugar. I do have the all-natural liquid tincture available on Holistic Remedies link in bio. With the frequency increasing on the planet, you may notice more dreams about UFOs and extraterrestrials, or feeling like you're walking in between realities, or feeling ringing in the ear. These are all signs that your cosmic celestial star family is trying to communicate with you and provide you the proper tutelage. For all high-quality herbs and metaphysical products for spiritual elevation, click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to ascension.
We have to get rid of all the parasites and toxic metals in our bodies.
They're spraying us every day with those chemtrails.
And we need to decalcify the pineal gland.
So we can soak up these light photons.
Ra is not playing. The sun is amping up more and more. They know we are gods and goddesses.
Right now we're going through cosmic activation, and it's important our bodies can handle this shift.
Holistic Remedies has all the metaphysical tools we need to prepare for ascension.